Mars is the closest place that we can reach with robotic exploration.
To begin in the ongoing search for life on Mars. Now,
It's the one in our blood, the kind of looks just ain't for us. We crave a different kind of buzz. Let me
Mars is the closest place that we can reach with robotic exploration that we think had a really good chance of having ancient life.
The Perseverance rover will land at a location called Jezero Crater. Jezero Crater is a very interesting place. It's a crater that once held a lake.
There are a lot of craters on the surface of Mars that could have once hosted ancient lakes, but not every crater that we think had a lake preserves evidence that that lake was there.
It had an inflow channel and it had an outflow channel. That means it was filled. The crater was filled with water.
In Jezero, we have probably one of the most beautifully preserved delta deposits on Mars in that crater.
This is a wonderful place to live for microorganisms, and it is also a wonderful place for those microorganisms to be preserved so that we can find them now so many billions of years later.
There is no other place on Mars that has the unique combination of a lake setting, a beautifully preserved delta, and the diverse mineralogy that we have in Jezero Crater. So it's truly a special landing site.
The major goal of the Perseverance mission is to investigate astrobiology on Mars, and in particular, to address the question of whether life ever existed on Mars. The Perseverance rover starts with a design that's very similar to Curiosity, but we've added to it a whole new set of science instruments. And these science instruments were purposefully selected to help us in the search for biosignatures.
We're going to be taking microphones with us. For the first time, we're going to have that human sense on another planet.
A grand experiment in spacefaring technology, a helicopter, the name of which is now Ingenuity.
One of the major upgrades that Perseverance has from Curiosity is that it's able to self-drive for a distance of up to 200 meters per day. As the rover is driving, it's literally building the map of the road it's driving on Mars.
Scientists for years have told us that to really unlock the secrets of Mars, we have to bring samples from Mars back to Earth.
So what Mars 2020 is going to do is to drill samples, put them in small tubes. We're going to seal it in its own individual tube. We set them on the surface to provide a target for the second two missions, which hopefully will get in development in the next several years and could potentially get the samples back to Earth by 2031.
Perseverance is a very, very profound first step in both our understanding of our place in the universe and a stepping stone towards human exploration on Mars.
to begin in the ongoing search for life on Mars. NASA is getting set to launch a rover destined for the red planet later this week. And our resident space enthusiast, Richard Southern, joins us. Richard, that mission has some very ambitious goals. Tell us about that.
There's so many cool points about this. This is just, it's so fun. I want to point them out to you. So this is it. It's called Perseverance, the latest Mars rover. It's going to blast off Thursday morning. It's going to arrive at Mars in February.
Huh.
What it's going to do, it's going to look for signs of microbial life. But one of the most important things it's going to do is take samples and stow them away to send back to Earth at a later date. And that's kind of what we're looking at here. There are 42 sterile tubes, Janella, inside this rover. And so when it sees a sample it likes, It's going to stow them away. We're looking at it right there in one of these tubes that have been cleaned of any earthly microbes. NASA hopes to launch a pickup mission in 2026 to take those samples and blast them back to Earth. This rover is going to have 23 cameras on it and 2 microphones. So we're going to see and hear Mars like never before. It's going to take video for the first time ever of the parachutes opening when it comes down. So there's going to be, we've never really seen a lot of video from Mars because not a lot of stuff is moving around, but this time we are, and we're going to get audio back to. Unbelievable, Janella.
That is crazy. It's a long mission also for those tubes to be stored, I guess, in a freezer or something, and then brought back to Earth. Are they still even going to be in the same condition as they were when we found them by the time they get back there?
Sealed up inside the rover, so nothing's going to touch them. And then if all goes well and, 6 years or whatever, another rover will take them and blast them back to Earth, and we'll see if that works or not. But it's a very ambitious mission in that regard.
Interesting. Okay, another out-of-this-world plan. If everything goes according to plan, we could see the first ever off-world helicopter take flight.
But this is like my favorite thing, and we're going to look at it here.